It's showtime! Welcome everyone to another episode of Starmen Sinister Spookfest.
Ooh.
With me is Cody and David.
Hello, ghouls and goblins.
Hell to everyone.
And guys, on this episode, we're going to go over our childhood memories. Mostly creepy things that freaked us out as kids.
Trauma.
Ah, yes. You can't go for childhood without trauma.
Yep.
Nope.
It's fun to be scared.
Sure. Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
So who wants to kick this football off?
Alright. Mine is not so much a story, so much as an incident. But one time when the power went off in our house, I thought everyone left. So I was stuck there by myself, didn't know where everything was, pitch black.
Yeah. So, paint the scene here. This is at night, I assume.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you're probably up in your room playing games.
Oh, I was just walking around, the power went off.
Okay, so you're walking around the house. Power goes off, and you hear no one around or anything.
Yep. Did I mention there was a lot of thunder?
Ooh.
Oh, lovely. So it's a thunder and lightning storm. So it's classic horror.
Yeah. Real
Yay.
boogeyman weather.
So what was your first thought when the power went out?
I was freaking out is what I was thinking.
And how long did it take you to calm down?
Until I found someone. And I latched onto that person like
Yeah.
crazy.
Survival horror, you're alive. I'm hanging on to you.
Yeah.
You'll save me.
Yeah, I've had an same incident, but I was home alone.
Oh.
And the power goes out, and of course we were never taught like what to do when the power goes out or where to find things.
Yep, same here.
So I had to go in the dark scavenging for a flashlight, which I knew was somewhere in the kitchen, which is also where the sharp objects are.
Oh.
Hey, I found a flashlight.
So yeah, I'm just like carefully opening drawers and then slowly putting my hand in them looking for some of that cylinder. I pulled out the rolling pin.
Why won't you turn? Oh, right.
Yeah, it took me like a good 7 to 8 minutes before I found a flashlight that worked
And not a knife.
and not a knife. Even though I was like, I would prefer also having a knife with me. It's 8 o'clock in the evening. My dad's not going to be home until 10.
Oh.
I survived 2 hours.
Ugh. And all I have is a knife and a flashlight.
All I have is a knife and a flashlight.
It's like, I'm attacking the first thing that comes through the door.
Would it be more like those closet monsters better watch out?
Oh, I was sitting in the on the couch in the living room, not moving a muscle.
Yeah. That is scary.
Yes.
Somebody walks in. Devin, why do you have a knife?
In case someone attacks me in the dark.
Can't sleep. Clown will get me.
I think the worst part was I was watching an Are You Afraid of the Dark marathon.
Oh, jeez. Tell me it was one with a clown.
No, unfortunately, I can't remember what episode it was.
There.
But I just remember because I was like watching it. I think I laughed at the episode, and then the power went out, so it was like the episode had karma. It's like, are you afraid of the dark? Not really. How about now?
Oh, that timing is perfect.
And Devin's like,
Yes. Yes, I am afraid.
Ugh.
turn the power back on, please.
Cody, what do you got for a story for us?
Well, when I was younger, I can't remember exact age, but early on, like
So
10.
little Cody Jr.
Yeah.
10, maybe. I I had this habit of going out for some reason to where my parents sleep and just stand at the window and stare out.
Okay, so this wasn't something freaky that happened to you. This is something freaky you did to your parents.
No, they never woke up. But one night,
Okay, that made it more worse for some reason.
What is wrong with you, Cody?
no. Anyway, I was just I like night
Being a
watch.
creepy little kid. That's
Yeah.
what it-
You're a creeper.
I just like watching the night. Because what I would always do is stare at a faraway tower with a blinking red light.
Oh,
Radio towers.
yeah, one of the radio towers that are around here.
Yeah, just stare at that. And one night, I noticed, like, I know there's probably a logical explanation for this, but it looked like two people with, like, a lantern walking into the field and just continuing to walk. And I know there's a logical explanation, but 10-year-old me, he's like, Jesus, I hope they don't see me and come and kill me.
Yeah. Considering that it's like pitch black, they wouldn't be able to see you through the window anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10-year-old me don't.
Yeah, no, 10-year-old doesn't realize that that's a thing.
Yeah, and then I just keep standing there and I'm like, you know what, I'm going back to bed. Before they see me come to end me.
Yeah. So, going on the creep your parents out, I did do one thing that I swear I probably unnerved my dad. It was early morning. I don't know why, but I got up and I just sat on the recliner just in front of the TV, but I never turned the TV on. And I think I was just in deep thought or something.
Yeah.
But my dad comes down and just sees me staring blank stare at a blank TV. And he's like, "Why are you staring at the blank TV?" And I snapped in, and then I had no answer for him.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ah."
The ghost got me.
Yeah.
I
They're here.
did something similar, apparently. Like from what my father tells me, I walked into my room one night. He's like, "What are you doing?" I just look at him, stare at him, blank face, then turn around and walk right back into my room. He's like, "I didn't know what the hell you were doing."
What is with that kid?
I'm not right with that kid.
No. Well, I don't know if I scared my parents in that way, but I scared my swimming instructor in one way.
Oh.
I didn't do anything special, just the classic fake being dead.
Ah.
After I dived into the water.
Oh, yeah, that fun joke.
Yeah, I just went limp.
Yeah.
Boy, she was stupid.
Yeah. It's like a kid doesn't run that fast.
Yeah.
Not that I would know by experience. Don't even make a joke about that, Cody.
I wasn't planning on it.
You were about ready to set one up.
I was not.
I know you. You were.
Yeah.
You know nothing.
I know everything.
And nothing at the same time.
I'm a paradox.
The worst kind.
Other fun, creepy stories.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Do you actually have a
Yeah,
story, or
back-
just gonna go?
Back when I was a kid, it was a snowstorm,
Yep.
and I'm just, laying there. Power all of a sudden goes out, and I'm like, oh no. But then, a little later, I see, what looks like a flashlight beam hitting my walls.
Okay.
So somebody was out in my backyard with a flashlight. And it wasn't my folks.
Creepy enough.
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to get up and look, but I also kind of didn't want to get up and look.
So this wasn't very creepy, but it was very surreal. Okay, so have you ever did that thing where you take a nap in the afternoon and you get up, but you think it's early morning when you get up?
Yes. But for me, it wasn't afternoon. Actually, no. Yes.
He will have something, everyone, don't worry.
No, I did do that because, like, I was sick with the flu.
Yeah.
Took a nap, and I thought it was nighttime when I woke up. I thought it was the next day, but it was just later that night.
So, I had that happen to me. Now, to set the scene, I spend most of my childhood at my grandparents, who are next to the school.
Mm-hmm.
So on weekdays I'd be there so I could get to school quicker and easier.
Okay.
But I got up in the evening, but I thought it was early morning school day. So I got up and ran to the school. With backpack and everything. No one stopped me either.
Wait, were they awake?
Yeah, it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening when I got up.
My God!
Or sorry, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening.
Wow.
And it was just one of those summer evenings where the sun is just setting, so you're like,
It
could be either
It could be like
time frame.
rising. Yeah.
So I ran off to school, only to get there, and it still didn't dawn into me that it's probably the evening, but it started getting darker and darker. And I was like, why is it getting dark again? Where is everyone?
So when did you end up cluing in?
About half an hour after, like,
So you just stood there for half an hour?
no, it takes a little bit for me to get to the school. But I got to the school, looked around, and realized there's no buses, no one's coming. And I was like, uh-oh. And it's dark out now.
It was a horrible night to be at school.
So I take it you wound up going back home, and your grandparents were like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Well, my grandfather asked, where the hell did you run off to in such a hurry? It's like, I guess I was trying to get to school early.
He's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" But yeah. Wow.
Now I don't want to tell my story.
Oh, now you gotta.
Yep.
Well, it's not going to get the laughs you got, but I remember because of Cody's story. It happened in winter. I was playing with my sister, and I got stuck in the ice.
Uh-oh.
It was like... It was a hole, but there was a shard of ice in the middle, so I could kind of slide in.
Okay.
And I slid in and didn't slide out. So we had to pretty much... So I remember this vividly. My sister went to get help. When the help arrived, she had to come back and try to dig me out.
Oh, no. That's scary.
Yeah, thankfully she did. But
Yeah.
holy...
That feeling of just, you're trapped.
Yes.
That would be the worst.
Not fun.
No.
No.
And little David was freaking out.
So, my grandparents had two things that were creepy about theirs. They had a attic above the shed, which was decrepit, and the grandfather stored all his old crap up there.
Yeah.
So it was like a broken mirror and all this other
Okay.
just random junk.
Right.
But I swear there's something else living up there, because I go up there and you can hear shuffling from somewhere else.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Well, it's possible. I've heard that homeless people would sneak into people's houses and live in there.
Oh yeah, so. But my grandfather assured me because he would go up there every day and make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh.
But, you know, just.
Then explain the shuffling.
It's a giant rat. Go to bed.
Probably.
Yeah. Luckily, though, it's not like the garage was not part of the house. It was like a side building.
Right.
That's good.
So, but if you ever went to the garage, and then I would never go up into the decrepit attic.
No, why would you?
Yeah. And then they had a clay cellar basement.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah.
My
So-
grandmother had one.
If you guys don't know what this is basically someone tunneled out the basement,
Yeah.
not with and didn't concrete it. It's just basically the walls are dirt.
Oh.
And then you'd wonder, how does this not cave in?
Yeah, that's the first thing. I was like, how is this supporting the house? Secondly, bugs tend to get in there because there's no real walling.
Yep.
Ooh.
So I had to go down there to get something for grandfather. I think it was like pickled something or other. Preservatives were kept down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was pickled beets, to be honest with you.
Pickle something.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyways, I went down there and the door shut behind me and locked.
Oh. Shit.
So I'm down there, and it also has those swinging light bulbs for freaking lighting.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, just adds a little more creep factor,
Yeah.
and like I think one solitary window for light to come in naturally.
Alright.
So yeah, I'm locked in there for about 15 minutes, banging on the door until my grandfather finally opens it up.
And he's like, the hell are you doing?
I was like, I was locked in the basement.
Where's my pickles?
It's creepy down there.
Oh, there's no...
Your pickles.
It's like, go
Get them
get your own...
yourself.
It's like, go get your own pickles.
What is it with grandparents and having creepy basements?
I know, right? The only other time I had to go down there, and I regret doing it still to this day, is the house that my grandparents have. There's a grate in the main floor,
Right.
and it goes straight down into the basement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you could look for this and see the basement if it wasn't covered by a rug.
Right.
But I was playing on top of it, or playing around it, and my car toy went, and of course would fall through the grate
No.
into the basement.
Oh, God.
And the first thought was, well, that's gone forever.
Yeah.
The second thought is, grandfather's going to yell at me if he trips over that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse.
Yeah. So I better brave the basement and retrieve that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, I made sure I propped open the door so there's no possible way it could shut.
Good idea.
Yeah.
It's like, and then you're like, it's still shut.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah, like I dragged this giant oil drum of, I forget what was in it, but I think it was just salt for like the wall, or when you salt your
Yeah.
driveway.
Oh, jeez, that stuff's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just dragged that the best I could to in front of the door.
You won't hurt me, basement.
You're not gonna trap me twice.
Yeah.
And then, of course, because you get in your own head when you're doing that, so I'm going down there, I was like, there probably is something down there. Watch, there be something down here.
Yeah.
So, you see me slowly go to get the car, and then bolt right out of the piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the grandparents' basement for you. You always feel like there's something down there.
Yep.
Especially with those friggin' swinging lights.
Yep. Like, it was like the most horror, out of a horror movie basement.
Oh, jeez.
Place all their old like wooden shelves,
Ugh.
the boiler in the back or the heater in the back.
Yep, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Like where I used to live, there was a field right behind our house and woods. And when it got dark, I always pictured something just bolting out of the woods running towards my house for some reason.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God. Let's make sure all the doors are locked.
Swarms are coming.
Yeah. Well, we're almost out of time, but one more final story from everyone, if they got one.
There, I'm tapped out.
Yeah, there was one time that, now I don't know if this was anything, but I was, I don't remember, like 8. It was one of those things where you just sleep with parents because you're totally freaked out.
Right.
And I heard like footsteps downstairs, no light turned on. I thought, oh, it's just my brother. But then I don't remember ever hearing the footsteps like go back.
So probably not your brother.
Probably
Yeah.
not. So like I almost wondered if it was like my house was haunted.
Or it could have just been a burglar.
Yeah. And then realizes like, oh, there's stuff to steal in this house. Bye.
Wasted my time and everything.
Yeah.
Time, effort, jeez. So, this happened to me when I was young, about 9 or 10. But again, staying at grandparents' house. But, yeah, apparently my grandparents' house is the worst place for me.
Well, you were there a lot too.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Anyway, so I was sleeping in bed, and somehow I got turned, like, upside down on the bed.
Right.
If you can understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
So
my feet were
reverse.
my feet were where the headboard was,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
my head was where the feet rest
Yeah.
was. And I woke up in the middle of the night. I had a nightmare,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was panicking and I'm trying to find the light. But of course, because I'm on the opposite side of the bed, there's no light or anything.
Yeah. And that probably makes it freak out even more.
And that freaks you out even more because now you're like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. Where am I?
So all my grandmother probably heard was me just calling out in the darkness, "Help! Help!"
Let me get
Well, your
your
grandpa's the belt.
Yeah.
Like, oh, gosh, I'm up so bad. Waking me up.
Well, yeah, she ran to your room.
Yeah, she just came over across the hall and turned the light on, and I was like, "Oh, okay, good. I'm where everything's fine now."
She was probably like, what the hell is wrong with you?
No, she was more comforting than that.
Oh,
Yeah, she understood, like, oh, you had a bad dream and you're
Yeah.
disoriented.
yeah, I've had that happen too.
But with that, that's all the time we have for these. So thank you all for listening. I'm Devin.
I'm Cody, and remember, it's always better to be dead.
I'm David.
Sleep well, everyone.